Join me as I dive deep into the political jungle to figure out if the Ukraine-Russia conflict is really changing the game. The Ukraine-Russia conflict has been making headlines for years, but its significance goes far beyond the borders of these two nations. It's a clash that's reshaping political alliances and strategies globally, forcing countries to rethink their positions and make tough decisions. This conflict isn't just about Ukraine and Russia. It's about the future of international relations and the balance of power in the world. One of the central challenges presented by this conflict is the shifting power dynamics. Russia's actions have made it clear that it's willing to challenge the status quo, while Ukraine's resistance has shown that smaller nations won't back down easily. This has led to rising tensions among various nations, with some countries feeling compelled to take sides. The United States and its allies have imposed sanctions on Russia, while others, like China, have taken a more neutral stance. These tensions have significant implications for global politics. The conflict has exposed deep divisions within international organizations, making it difficult to achieve consensus on key issues. Moreover, the involvement of major powers like the US, China, and Europe has raised concerns about the potential for escalation. As these nations navigate their relationships with Russia and Ukraine, they're also reevaluating their own strategic priorities. The situation is further complicated by the role of international law and norms. The conflict has sparked debates about the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity, with some arguing that Russia's actions are a clear breach of these norms. Others see it as a justified response to Ukraine's growing ties with the West. As the conflict drags on, it's becoming increasingly clear that there's no easy solution. The conflict has influenced political landscapes in different regions, particularly in Europe. The West's response to Russia's actions has been multifaceted, with some countries taking a hardline stance and others advocating for diplomacy. This has led to tensions within alliances like NATO as member states grapple with their own security concerns. In Eastern Europe, countries like Poland and the Baltic states are investing heavily in their defense, wary of Russia's intentions. The impact on international relations has been significant. The conflict has strained relationships between Russia and the West, with both sides engaging in a war of words and economic measures. China, meanwhile, has sought to capitalize on the situation, strengthening its ties with Russia while maintaining a delicate balance with the West. As the conflict continues, it's likely to have a lasting impact on the global order. A pivotal moment in this conflict was when the US and its allies decided to provide significant military aid to Ukraine. This decision marked a turning point as it signaled a commitment to supporting Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. In response, Russia launched a series of diplomatic efforts seeking to rally support from other nations and undermine Western unity. The US and its allies have also taken steps to isolate Russia economically, imposing sanctions and restrictions on key sectors. This has had a significant impact on Russia's economy, but it's also had spillover effects on other nations. The global economy is highly interconnected, and the conflict has exposed vulnerabilities in supply chains and trade relationships. The changing political jungle is also reflected in the shifting alliances and partnerships. For instance, the Quad, a grouping of the US, Japan, India, and Australia, has become more prominent as a counterbalance to China's growing influence. Meanwhile, Russia's ties with China have deepened, raising concerns about a potential new axis of power. In summary, the Ukraine-Russia conflict has far-reaching implications for global politics, from shifting power dynamics to rising tensions and changing alliances. As the situation continues to evolve, one thing is clear: the world will never be the same. So, what do you think? How do you think the Ukraine-Russia conflict will shape future political landscapes? Share your opinions in the comments below. If you're interested in more analysis on global politics, check out our video on how the rise of emerging powers is challenging the traditional world order.